get a Mustang. I've had big, ambitious plans to get some work done on the Fox today, but I've been extremely lazy so far. The only thing that I have accomplished is putting new registration stickers on the Mustang. And, well, I guess I also finished editing the Quesalupa video, which is has also now been uploaded. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find some momentum and get a couple things done here, or at least get started on some stuff. Okay, so I played around a little bit more with the door latch striker, and I think I might have talked about this in my last vlog video, but I loosened it up enough to where I could actually move the entire thing, including the piece, I don't know what you call it, the mounting piece that's on the other side of this. And at first I brought it out a little bit, and then the door would close, but it was like out a little bit, so it was kind of the opposite of how I had it. So it would close, but not all the way. So I probably adjusted it like 5 or 6 times, and now I don't know if it's much different than it was before, but it closes fine. It does seem, it's kind of hard to tell from an angle, but it does seem like the door is not completely flush with the rear fender. But each time that I tried to bring the striker out, it just seems like I couldn't get it out of the, bring it out enough to make it noticeably flush when I close the door. It was either how it is now, or it just is like out completely. I mean, maybe I'll mess around with it again at some point, but it seems to be working. I mean, when I open the door, it is quiet. I don't have the clicking sound, but it seems to be fine for the most part. So, yeah. So we'll get back to the doors at some point. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to start messing with the cooling system and do the hoses, or if I want to distract myself with something easier. Okay, I'm trying to achieve a small victory with something else. So you might remember in one of my previous videos that I mentioned I got these SVE pinch weld jack pads, and also this flange tool that goes on. So it goes onto a 3/4 ratchet, and let me show you what this is for. So let's get our light here so you can see. So this is, so you need a better angle. This is the pinch weld that runs all the way up the side of the car. You can see right here it starts to get bent in, and then as you get up closer to the area where you actually use a jack on the car, it's obviously been abused over the years. And I'm of course not innocent of making this worse. Let's see if we can get a better angle. So do you see how, so this is like, it's like flat pushed against the bottom of the car, and then it gets, as you get further down, it gets the way it's supposed to. And then when you get to the other area where you would put a jack and jack stand, it once again has been flattened out. So in the spot where you're actually gonna, well, I'll show you with the spot that, so this one thing that's cool about these SVE jack pads, I can't get the right angle, is that they have magnets, and you can see how they would fit on a pinch weld that hasn't been crushed or flattened. And then, I mean, the magnet's pretty strong. Like I actually have to pull on it pretty hard to get it to come down. So what we want to do is we want to get the pinch weld, the entire length of the pinch weld, to the point where you could use the jack pad at any point on the pinch weld without like it would, so they would actually fit on the pinch weld itself. So the way we're going to do, show you, I kind of started doing this. So this area right here is, let's do it the other way. Oop, you gotta be careful. So you basically point the flange tool has two different size like ridges, whatever you call it, for depending on what part of the pinch weld you're on. So you can use this or this, and then you just want to slowly straighten out the pinch weld going the whole way. I'm gonna try and get this done, and then take a look at the passenger side. So this is one of those things that I wish I would have had. I think I could even use it for the Mustang. I think that some of the pinch welds on that car, despite it being a lot newer than the Fox, are also not in great shape. And part of that is because I couldn't find something similar for a long time. And also I had a really bad jack that I got from, I don't remember where, but yeah, so let's try and make some progress on this. So this progress is very slow going because I was just reminded that my 3/4 ratchet, 3/8 ratchet, whatever, is crap. Actually, it's the only one of my tools that is really bad. And I need to get another one. My torque, 3/8 torque is too long. I have to put the car up on ramps, but yeah, get something figured out here. Okay, I think I got a system sort of figured out with the 3/8 torque wrench. Maybe not, I spoke too soon. Not sure if you can tell, but I did make a little bit of progress from here to about here. Here's where it's like really flat. So I'm gonna need a little bit more momentum or a better angle or something. I'm not sure if we'll get it completely straight, but you can see that the jack pad now works a little bit further up than it did a little while ago, which is pretty cool. So a little bit of progress. I have to say be nice if I had a better 3/8 wrench, but I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the flange tool and how fairly straightforward it is. I'm sure there's other ways, like you could probably use a set of pliers, but it came with the jack pads, which I wanted anyway, so might as well take advantage of it. So pretty cool. Nice job, LMR/SVE. Okay, I made a little bit of progress. I will say that on some of the areas where it was particularly flat, I ended up using locking pliers just because it was easier to get a grip. And I think it looks a lot better. I got it, I mean, it's not perfect, but it seems like it's pretty much been, the right word is deflattened, unflattened, brought back down from as pretty much as far back as you can get before the wheel. It could probably adjust a little bit more, maybe right here. But I also got, it's kind of hard to tell, but this part right here, which was a little confusing because of the, I think there's a bolt, I can't see, there's a bolt or a screw somewhere here. So I had to make sure I was grabbing both this part and this part, which are like kind of separate. So, but I also noticed while I was here that I'm missing the screws for this part of the rocker panel and this part of the ground effects, whatever we're going to call this piece. And then I can feel that there's like some sort of washer or something that presumably would hold whatever the screw is that goes here, kind of moving around a little bit. So I was thinking about maybe taking off the rocker panel ground effect thing and just maybe seeing if there's anything else that's kind of a mess underneath there, so, or it needs to be replaced, but I also don't want to go too crazy. You can see, I think probably mentioned this in a previous video, but you can see that a previous owner had some type of coating put underneath the bottom of the car, and on parts like on this part of the frame, for example, it's been chipping off slowly. And then you can see it was also on, actually I'm not sure if this was just the factory paint, but you can see the bare metal on the pinch weld here, so I'm gonna have to see about having that painted over or something, so it doesn't get rusty. I'll move over to the other side here in a minute. Had to take a break for dinner. So on the passenger side, it's actually, let me show you. I did a little bit with both the flange tool and the locking pliers, but this one isn't too bad, and it's, I feel like I can't point the camera correctly. It's not missing this one, but it is missing the screw a little bit further up. But on this side, I do have the fender protector still installed. It's actually, the one for the driver's side is actually, again, my keys are like falling out. I think I'm getting attacked by keys flying from above. Might as well stand up. So this plastic piece, it's kind of the black plastic piece, can't really see the whole thing, goes in here, but part of the reason why I don't have it in there is because my horn is connected in a way that it kind of makes it difficult to put that back in. Excuse me. I need to have the horn welded in on the OEM bracket to get it in a place where I can put the fender protector back in. Yeah, so back to the pinch welds on the passenger side. In the rear, it's pretty, I'm like not even pointing the camera right. So you can see, Jesus, you can see the pinch weld looks okay. It's a little bit damaged here. Looks okay, and then boom, like flat, 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 and then it kind of goes back to okay right towards the end. So this is gonna take a little bit of work, but I'm glad I'm getting it done. Okay, made a little bit of progress. This, I can get the jack pad in a few places. It doesn't go smoothly all the way. I also don't have the most space. Like this is kind of a pain. But it's better than it was, especially right here. I think you can see I'm a little bit more cramped on the passenger side. I guess I could move the car. I guess I could move the dude staying back into the to the driveway, and move the Fox into the middle so I could get or reverse it so I can get a little bit more space. But I made some progress. I'm happy. I do want to test the jack pads. Actually, speaking of which, I think one of the problems with the jack pads being magnetic is that they stay on the car and you might forget about them. So I think maybe in the morning, maybe tomorrow when it's a little earlier in the day, I will test these out on some of the pinch welds, a few different spots. But I would say just based on the flange tool, I don't just after using that, it works for the most part. It'd be better if I had a 3/8 wrench, a ratchet that didn't suck, but you could probably do most of what I did with pliers or locking pliers. So, but considering that it comes with these, which we'll test shortly, it might be worth having just another tool to keep in the garage. I mean, it's where did I even? I'm like losing my mind here. It's not a very big. Oh, here it is. I mean, look at this thing. It's like the size of a like 2.5 quarters. So not a bad thing to have, and then combined with the jack pads, which we'll check out, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll mess around with the pinch welds again once I have the car up to do other stuff, just to make sure that they're pretty straight, and then figure out what I'm going to do as far as if I'm going to take the rocker panels off. But yeah, I almost finished my video without testing the jack pads. Let's do that real quick. Magnet is not doing supposed to be doing. The front one is a little too I don't know, it's something to do with that screw that I talked about earlier. I'm going to try the back one. So I didn't lift the car all the way up, but I definitely put some weight on it, and it seemed to work to do its function as intended. So I would say, unless you already have something, these are probably worth picking up for any of your Mustang, assuming you have pinch welds, which I assume most cars do. So pretty happy with the quality. It's awesome that they have magnets. The little flange tool is, useful, and it comes with them. So I would say probably worth, I think it was like $70 maybe, but I would say it was worth the cost to get something that you could use repeatedly, presumably. Something has arrived. A package. Let's investigate. I can't find my flip open knife thing, so we'll open the box with this ridiculous thing that I bought when I was like 18. So badass. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. Seems looks a little shinier than I expected. I'll grab one of the wheels, see how it compares. Here is the new one versus the ones that came on the wheels. Looks pretty good. I think the wheel could use a little cleaning, I need to look at it in the light, but it'll work, I hope. So, woohoo! Now I just need to get some tires for these wheels, but also need to decide if I'm gonna do the clutch and stuff first and then worry about the tires. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna probably attempt to start doing some stuff with the hoses here in a little bit, which hopefully will be part of my next video. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more on the Fox Mustang project. Stay healthy, stay safe. Peace out.